Hey guys, it's us here, Mark Madman, with our 35th Madman podcast. Your home for all the latest and hottest gaming and nerd culture news for the week and beyond. I'm Madman, and I'm going to be discussing the many topics for today's show with our panel, See Money and Doodle.
Yes, you are. Hello.
Yes. All right.
What's going on, Madman?
Oh, not much, except we got some topics to talk about.
We do have some topics to talk about. It's been busy week.
Yes,
Busy week.
for
I feel
sure.
like the week flew by. Busy week.
I feel the
At
same.
least.
We put a good amount of content up this week. Pretty happy with that. I think it's like almost 11 pieces of content as far as videos are concerned, like main videos, which is dope. Put a whole bunch of shorts up too. It's been a good week. I'm excited to get into the topics. This one has some crazy words like this that I haven't seen since when this all was first popping off with the Xbox acquisition of
I'm
Activision.
excited.
So
I'm excited. Jim
let's get into
Ryan
these
is giving us the
because
good.
they're doing some wild stuff. And while you're
Yes.
at it, if you're listening right now, do yourself a favor, do us a favor. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Helps us out, shows us that you like it. We're excited. Let's do it. All right. First topic, my friend.
Let's dive head first. Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. The disappointment that it is has reportedly been delayed by Rocksteady to polish the game prior to release. However, the game is still targeting a 2023 release window. What do you guys have to say about this?
So officially, it's targeting a 2023 release window because they officially did not delay it. But
Well, I did say reportedly.
Jason Schreier is not one to just say things. So over on Twitter, he went ahead and reported that Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is moving from May to later this year. But other people have said, like Jeff Grubb, that it is pushed to 2024.
Ooh.
So Jason is saying like for a delay like this, it's mostly for polish and is not going to get overhauled. But I gotta say,
it wouldn't be that bad if they decide to overhaul it.
I think that's a big thing because I think we talked about it when we were talking about that state of play, and that was not
Rocksteady
that was
quality.
not good.
Yeah, so listen, maybe he meant like on December 31st, 2023.
Maybe
That's going to be
at
the
11:59 p.m. with 59 seconds at the clock.
There we go. That's what they're aiming for. Listen, if it's just to polish, then it shouldn't be a problem. Like, it shouldn't be that delayed, right? And honestly, it's better for them to take a little bit more time and get the game ready completely, so it doesn't get trashed.
Yeah,
than
I mean,
to freaking put out the game and the game not be set.
I really don't think it's for polish.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna look at that shit and say, fudge.
I think we fucked up.
It was at that moment when they realized they fucked up. Like, they were like, yo, everybody's gonna sweat this. And it's like, nah, dog, that ain't it.
The reports are in, and we are not doing well.
I feel like this game's gonna get horrible reviews if they do not take out. They gotta take out the live service elements. That's where games go to die nowadays.
It does, but also, dude, their game is like playing a bunch of characters on cocaine. Everybody's jumping around, bouncing around. Like, what? This is what superhero movie or game? Even Spider-Man doesn't bounce around like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy that they thought to themselves, you know what? Let's slash some jetpacks. Let's make every villain fly.
Listen, everybody was with you. See, you were like, I ain't having this. You didn't like that shit.
I knew it.
And look at that.
I mean, hopefully this is looking. The way they were saying this up, it was probably gonna be the piss stain of their track record. So hopefully they fix it up a little bit, even if it's just polish. They could just polish it to the chorus element of its gameplay. Maybe change it up a little, make it a little more in line with the Arkham games.
Dude, they have to do something.
Yo, they were so pumped though. Like after the trailer, they were talking about how excited they are for the game and all this other nonsense, and how you're gonna be able to customize your character and wear whatever you want. And I was like, oh, yo, that sounds dope. But see, I don't come from that background. Like I don't I don't really play those games, so I didn't know what you guys were expecting.
Yeah.
Seems like that
I
was
told
not
you.
it.
I told you. I knew that shit was trash, bro. Like, I was so
Annoyed?
disappointed.
Yeah, you were seriously annoyed.
Like, it was really like, what the like, why did they do this?
yeah.
Like, they had, I hate that these people, like, I don't know, right? I guess these people make games and they get tired of doing the same thing, so they want to make
true.
something else. But how about this? How about you leave the fucking company, go somewhere else to do something different,
different somewhere
and leave
else,
the company alone? The game, Rocksteady, that's like Rockstar saying, you know what? We're not going to make anything dope. We're going to start doing card-based games now. You know what I'm saying?
Just to aim differently,
You know what I'm
right?
saying? Like, come on, man. Like, even when, like, Rockstar back in the day, they used to make a bunch of different games.
Like they made Midnight Club. They
Midnight
did
Club,
Bully.
but when they did that, there was still a level of quality that they had. And Bully was just like a Grand Theft Auto, but they just did a story similar to that for schools. Like, they're not stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, they keep in their same lane.
Guys, this is what it sounds like. Like a bunch of old people got together and were like, yo, what are these young
What are
kids
these
gonna like?
youngins doing today? They're hopped up on cocaine and they bounce around all over the fucking place.
Look, boss, look what I found on TikTok. Oh, shit, they're bouncing around like grasshoppers. Oh, fuck, we gotta make this game just like it.
It's like, that's what you're watching. Just like slide of TikTok when you're playing this game. It's horrible.
Like, it's creepy. It's really creepy.
It's entertaining, though.
Not when it's the only one that you're going to get.
I
For
don't
8
understand.
years.
No game. I feel like that, unless you were in it back in like 2013 or early on, no one can do the live service well. Because, yeah, sure, the gameplay's kind of shit. But also, they're doing this thing where, like, you get 1 star for the armor level. If you wear this kind of armor, you get more stats. Join our battle pass because you'll get new armor. And it's like Halo 5 in the sense that they made a bunch of excellent single-player games, but they're trying to make this a multiplayer experience to bring in the cash. And even though you could play it alone, it was clearly made for more than one person.
Yeah.
All right, but this is the thing, right?
Yeah, I get that.
This is going to ruin their reputation.
If you have Legacy, that's different, right? Grand Theft Auto, they went into the live service with Grand Theft Auto Online. Why? Because Grand Theft Auto is fucking huge, right? So it's like, okay, let's see how this works because everybody's going to buy Grand Theft Auto regardless. And guess what?
It worked.
It worked. You know what doesn't work?
Red Dead
When
Online.
you tell everybody, well, actually, Red Dead Online worked. Well, if anybody, let's put it this way. If Marvel's Avengers or if this game or if any of these other games had the numbers that Red Dead Online had, they would be through the roof ecstatic, thinking they had the best game ever.
Here's the thing.
The only reason that Rockstar said, okay, we're not going to put too much resources into this is because it didn't blow up to the level that Grand Theft Auto Online blew up.
Like,
so for them, they're like, well, why keep spending money here when it's not really going crazy compared to what we're doing here, right?
If we've seen anything, superheroes and live service do not go well together. Anytime they try, when it comes to superheroes, to add live service elements, the game gets horrible reviews and it's thrown down the dish drain. Like, it's disgusting.
I think that they just should have continued in their path and then, like, if they had this great idea that they thought
make an
that they
online portion that was separate.
Or
yeah,
just
like,
make a new
don't even
game.
have the main characters. Make it where you
But
make
that's
your
what
own
this is,
villains
new
and you have
game,
your
right?
own villain allegiance or some stupid shit like that.
Yeah,
Do
but
some
like,
stupid
a
Rocksteady
mode.
shit.
You should wet your feet first. Make a mode. Make it where people say, oh, this would be cool if it was bigger.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Next time we'll make a mode that's bigger, but keep our single player mode. They want to listen.
I think they wanted to go commercial and it just backfired.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Destiny is one of the few games that has been able to do this. And it's rocky as fuck. Like it's not even super smooth. Like
Destiny is getting dragged through the mud right now. So that is not the route to take.
Like, but they're pissed. But then you have the hardcore people that are always gonna play it. Like
they don't have that base yet, and it's
they were in the beginning.
Game. So it's not like you're getting some major IP from Rocksteady. This is based on comics. So
yeah, but Rocksteady always does their games on that.
Yeah,
that's what made them big. But why, like, just, I don't know. It's such a waste,
fun fact,
bro.
did you know they
That's
made
what
one
put them
game?
on.
Did you know they made one game before they went on to Arkham Asylum for the original Xbox?
I did not.
Yeah, it was called I can't remember the name. Urban Chaos. That's the one for the original Xbox.
How
Oh, I
did
think I
that do?
remember that game. It was garbage.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Classic Rocksteady.
Yeah, no, this is just look. This is the world telling them, listen,
Pump
don't
those
fuck this
brakes.
up. Stop what you're doing. Delay this shit. And Jason Schreier makes a point here to say, like, it was gonna come out when you have a new Zelda, a new Diablo, a new Final Fantasy, like these huge games coming out, and like you're gonna be mid. You can't be mid amongst these games. You might as well just cancel the fucking game.
Yeah,
Literally.
I agree. Or hold it till, nobody's got anything else to do but be
That's
grateful.
what I'm saying. The problem is that most games, right now,
Everything's
we're in a world where
popping,
there's
dude.
always games coming
Yes,
out.
that's
And
the
even
thing.
these small games come out and they start popping off. So it's like, how embarrassing it would be if Rocksteady's like, all right, there's this month and there's only these little ass indie games. We have to dominate that month. They
And
come
nothing.
out, nobody plays it, and they all want the indie game. That's exactly what will happen.
Oh my god, Matt, do you remember what Fortnite was? That little game, like it was that little zombie game for so long
Fortnite
in
is
development.
crazy.
They threw it in
Everybody
battle
hated
mode.
that game.
It's the biggest thing in the world, the second biggest game of all time,
And
It's
all
literally
because
ridiculous.
of PUBG.
Well, listen.
Actually, yeah, you're kind of right.
They went ahead and they saw what was popular and what was popping, and they went ahead and did their own thing. And
Yep.
look at Fortnite now; they're making.
And they're still
insane
top of the
money.
food
But
chain
you know
when it
what's-
comes to live service. They do it excellent.
They really do.
Yeah,
though.
Fortnite's the GOAT. Fortnite's the GOAT. But let's be clear, when they started, they literally, PUBG uses Unreal. Or used, I don't know if they switched since then. Epic makes Unreal.
Okay.
Epic makes Fortnite. PUBG, they knew how to make a game
Yes.
because PUBG made it
Yeah.
using their engine. So
See,
they knew how to put 100 people on a map
Wasn't there
and how
like
to
a
do all this shit.
lawsuit
Yeah, they
going
tried
on
to
back
fucking
and
sue
forth?
them.
Yeah, I would be
They tried to
mad
sue
too.
And they didn't
PUBG
win.
was
So
the ish, yo.
PUBG was sick. It's still
playing-
out.
Yeah,
People
but like.
still play it. PUBG Mobile is more popular. by
Yes,
this
I
point.
love that.
But still.
We had so much
The graphics
fun.
are disgusting,
did.
but hey, it gets people interested. So
Well, I think the
crazy.
graphics been updated since we used to play it back in the day.
well, hopefully,
But-
'cause my
We
God, it was
used
ugly
to
game.
dominate on
Yeah,
freaking
it was
PUBG.
really good on the phone. That was
Yeah.
crazy. But not on the controller.
No,
Controller
didn't like
death
it like that.
immediately.
Yeah.
No
I
matter
was
what.
Instant death. Like,
Couldn't do anything about it.
nobody around you, and then you pop
Yep,
in
yep.
and boom, done.
Hey guys, I think we'll be safe or
Nope,
dead.
that was it.
Over.
Out.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That's because people aren't effing around when they're playing with an Xbox.
Listen, but
When it first came
on
out,
that
I
phone,
played
yo,
on that phone.
we be
were
blasting.
murdering,
Yeah, yo.
murdering these 5-year-olds. Where's direction? Dead, boy. Dead. You can't touch us.
Everybody dead.
Just like
We were-
Fallout.
you know what's funny?
Just like Fall Guys.
We
Fall Guys.
All these 5-year-olds running around in circles like, oh, get out my way, sucker. You don't know how to play this. Get out
know
my
when
way.
to play. We play on Sundays, yo.
That's right. That's right. We play when all the babies are playing Crown Royales every
You don't
day.
have to know.
All day, baby. Don't play at night, though. All right, you guys? Those of you getting in
No
now, don't
glittering.
play at night.
No, but it's wild. But it's so sad that this is what's happening. We were so pumped for Suicide Squad, especially since the other game, the other Gotham Knights.
Oh my God, Gotham Knights was an embarrassment. Jeez,
So
Batman can't catch
actually
a break
they
this
did
year.
update it, so I'm glad. So because we're gonna play it,
Yeah.
so we have it. So we're gonna play it, but they did just it's been like 6 months, and now they finally got it up to a decent level.
I know.
You
It's
know, I'm
crazy.
just putting it out there, but I think Doodle should do a Never Have I Ever on Arkham Asylum.
Yeah, for sure.
Ooh.
Yeah, I definitely
okay.
want that. We do it on PC,
That sounds wild.
4K, be dope.
All right. No
Nice.
problemo.
But yes, it's we all had this hope for Suicide Squad because Gotham Knights wasn't really what everybody was hoping it was going to be. Why? Because it was this 4-player shit that is like not what we wanted, right? And that's what we're going to do. We're all play together. That's going to be super dope. Or
Nice.
at least us two. But this, we were like, man, hopefully this is going to be everything we want as Rocksteady,
Yeah.
right? The cinematics are dope. They're so good. That's what's the worst
The
part
problem
about
is that
this.
this has to be the
It's
most
the worst part.
creative story that I
The
can
story
think
is
of for a
amazing.
superhero game.
It's like the story's like, all right, we're gonna make the best story ever. All right, now let's transition to gameplay. Drugs, cocaine, fly in the air, come back, bye, dead, boom, bow, blah, blah, boom, story
Explosion.
motion.
Done.
This is gonna be a serious story moment. It's gonna be amazing. And then cocaine again. It's like, oh Jesus.
You know what's funny?
The Flash looks like he's on cocaine in
The
that.
Flash
Yeah, he
was
looks
dope in
amazing.
there.
He looks amazing in
Yeah,
there.
he made
Like the
me want
heroes
to.
are like nuts and shit like that. Like something happened in their head. Maybe they were on cocaine, and then Suicide Squad, they just look normal in comparison.
Maybe.
Look, I actually really want to watch the movie now.
The Flash?
Because
I'm excited for The
Yeah,
Flash.
that looks really
of
good.
the
Actually,
freaking
Did you see the
Based
trailer
off
for
of
the
what we
movie?
Yeah.
no, based off the gameplay that we saw.
The Flash
that
looks
They're not
character-
connected.
Yeah, but that character they're using is based off of the new Flash.
The
Mhm.
Flashpoint. Kind of.
So I'm excited to see
I
that.
am too.
I think it's going to be really, really, really good.
I'm on board. I'm on board now.
Yeah, I just feel like
I was
listen,
hesitant, but
after playing Hogwarts Legacy.
yeah.
Okay?
Oh man, that
Harry
was something
Potter,
else.
Hogwarts Legacy. I'm
Yeah.
still playing it. Okay, I'm about 11 and a half hours in.
Woo!
It's so good. I got a broom. I can fly.
Damn, boy.
Yo, it's
Are
so
you
good.
kidding me?
Yeah, we might have to do a Doodles extended play. Have you hop in with the late game
Just
save
go for a little fly.
just to see how
you know?
it's so dope. You can literally fly anywhere.
That's
Like,
awesome.
It's so cool.
All right. Maybe
But
I'll do
after-
it. Maybe I'll do it.
After seeing that and seeing how it's a simple, like it's a phenomenal game.
Okay.
Phenomenal game. But it's just a simple story. Like it's a story. Let me have side quests. Let me go do this. Like that's the evolution they should have did.
Yeah.
Right? They should have said, okay, what we're gonna do, let's evolve this out. Let's tell that big story, but then let's have some side quests that they can do. Let's have these moments that maybe the group breaks off every once in a while and you just play as the one Suicide Squad member doing a side story. Maybe he says, this is too important to me. Fuck you guys. You guys can do that other thing, but I'm going to go do this because it's important. And then you play like, it feels like Batman Arkham Asylum because you're in a dungeon type mission that it's just him doing what they have to do or her, whoever you pick.
Or
Yeah.
interweaving story, play
Yeah,
a
like, there's
part of the game as
so
Suicide Squad,
much
part of
they
the game as
could've-
Justice League, and go back and forth.
There's so much they could have done.
Listen, I think that they should start drug testing their employees before they regroup and polish out the game.
I said they
Polish.
just cancel the game.
Uh-huh.
Just cancel this shit. I don't even want to play whatever nonsense they're going to come out with.
Take another 8 years and deliver the goods.
Yeah, like,
Meanwhile, you're probably
come
going to pre-order the game when it goes up and shit.
what? Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
Nah, highly unlikely.
Ah, dang. Wow.
Highly unlikely.
They really
Unless they do
fucked
a
it up.
180 and it turns into like Batman Arkham Asylum or Batman Arkham City.
Yeah.
Just make this Batman Arkham State. You know
Thank
what I'm
you
saying?
for not saying a 360,
Arkham
which
State.
people love to say.
Yeah, I
Unless
know.
they pull a 360, it's like we're right back to where we
Yeah,
started.
yeah. I've done that so long and so
Yeah.
many times. And honestly, I said 180 by mistake. I wanted to say 360. Don't know why I said
Forgot
180.
the other 180.
Yeah. I just
Stop
fucked it
that.
up.
Stop that 180.
Good thing that was right, though. Good thing that was right. All right. So I think the final word on these situation here is good, bitches. Good.
Keep your game.
Keep your fucking game.
Yeah.
Make
Stop
it better.
wasting our time and
Don't be
money.
an asshole.
Can't
Okay.
believe we
Don't
watched
be a
that shit.
creep.
Next. I don't know why this is here.
So next, Jim Ryan has openly admitted to wanting to completely block the Activision acquisition deal in a brand new meeting. Sorry, well, yeah, it is a brand new meeting behind closed doors. Jim Ryan has said openly that he does not want a deal to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation with Xbox, but to stop the entire deal entirely from going through. This comes from Activision CCO. What do you guys have to say about this?
Woo! Jim Ryan
This
is on
is
fire.
wild.
He
This
is
piece
the
of
gift that keeps on giving.
This is wild.
This
He
piece of
is.
fucking shit.
So he is amazing for saying that, like, out loud.
Like I want Jim Ryan to have his own reality show.
Yeah.
So I could
I hope
just
somebody's recording all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
at some
somebody
point,
needs to be
this
recording what's
needs to
happening
come
at
out.
Sony.
I just want to watch this.
So I'm glad he did it, but she's the real hero here. Okay? Lulu Chang Missouri. She works for Activision.
yes.
And she's the gangster who keeps coming out with all the private shit. She's putting it out
I
there.
know, but this is what I have to say. So this is her personal account, right? And I get that, but there has to be like no one's gonna go out there and just start talking with the, on their personal account about personal work business unless they
approval.
have the approval and the go ahead to do so. So I think that this is Activision's way of saying what they need to say without coming straight from the source.
Yeah,
you know?
it's genius.
Yes, for sure.
It's genius.
100%.
100%.
But yeah, So those of you out there, don't start tweeting your work issues.
It's true, but I do believe that 100% what you just said is correct. She is
The messenger.
She's the messenger.
Yes.
She's putting it out there, and she can always say, "This is my own personal stuff. This is not from them." And good.
I agree 100%.
So I wanna because of how juicy this is, I want to put everything in perspective.
Yes.
The actual words that are going on.
Give us the juice.
She came out because she's responding to Tom Warren, who wrapped this up. But I'm gonna read. We're gonna take a moment and read where all this shit is coming from.
Okay,
So
let's go.
Sony wrote a big message to the CMA, okay, and this is just one part of it, okay, just one part. So they're basically saying Microsoft is doing like all this bad shit, or is going to do all this bad shit, and this is why they shouldn't do the merger.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a bunch of reasons, but then this is the third, right? So third, swiftly detecting any diversions from and ensuring compliance with a commitment as to technical or graphical quality would be challenging. So what that means is, what they're saying is, one of the things that Microsoft is saying is that, hey, we're going to release Call of Duty on all the systems the same quality, same everything, right? We're not screwing anybody. So they're saying it's going to be challenging to know if they actually are holding up their end, right? That because Sony is telling the CMA that they don't want there to be behavioral changes. They want structural. So they want them to get rid of Call of Duty. Behavior can't be really challenged correctly. So they give a bunch of reasons, but this is the third, right? So it's going to be hard to find out, right? And then they give an example, and this is what everybody's losing their fucking mind about.
All right.
For example, Microsoft might release a PlayStation version of Call of Duty where bugs and errors emerge only on the game's final level or after later updates. Even if such degradations could be swiftly detected, any remedy would likely come too late, by which time the gaming community would have lost confidence in PlayStation as a go-to venue to play Call of Duty.
This sounds like something that he's known of. As if it's something that's happened before.
Hold your thought right there. We're going to finish
Jimmy
reading that because that's where everybody's going. So indeed, as Modern Warfare 2 attests, Call of Duty is most often purchased in just the first few weeks of release. If it became known that the game's performance on PlayStation was worse than on Xbox, Call of Duty gamers could decide to switch to Xbox for fear of playing their favorite game at a second-class or less competitive venue. Okay? Now, what you were just saying, okay, is, I wonder why they say this, right?
Yeah,
it's
for sure.
This is what they do.
Of course.
This is what they do to Xbox.
It's like when liars think everybody around them is running around lying, right?
It's crazy.
Or
You could have been
cheater. It's like, yo.
This is what everybody's literally saying. It's like when the guy who robs people is afraid to leave his shit at home because he thinks he's going to get robbed, right?
Because he knows how that mentality works. It's very weird and listen, this just confirms every time that we've said, this game, for some reason, why does it not look better on Xbox, or at least the same, right?
Every game is coming out where the PlayStation version is running better.
I cannot wait for these receipts to come out.
I can't wait, bro. I can't wait.
You're not backpedaling, yo.
Okay.
You're going to regret this.
Now.
This is going to be crazy.
So, from there, Tom Warren, he goes and he says, he basically sums it up, right? Sony suggests to the CMA that Microsoft could release a buggy version of Call of Duty on PlayStation, which could make gamers lose confidence in PlayStation as a go-to venue to play Call of Duty. And then he writes, seriously, with the upside down face, right? Now, Lulu, our favorite Activision employee.
For shizo.
Executive, makes a statement here using what Tom Warren was talking about. And she says, Microsoft offered Sony the dominant console leader for well over a decade with 80% market share, a 10-year agreement on far better terms than Sony would ever get from us.
Woo!
We've also offered Sony guaranteed long-term access to Call of Duty, but they keep refusing. Why? Oh my God, this is the juicy part. The CEO of SIE, which is Sony Interactive Entertainment,
Oh, thank you very much for that
answered
breakdown.
that question in Brussels. And further along, he asked, when did that happen? Is that direct quote? She says, yes, and it was February 21st. Okay. In his words, and his being Jim Ryan,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want a new Call of Duty deal. I just want to block your merger.
Woo!
I just want to
Why are they so
block
hyped about that?
your
Yo!
merger.
This
When did
is
Jim say that? On February
crazy.
21st. That's wild.
This
That
is crazy.
wild,
Classic
dude.
Jim Ryan.
Yo.
I can't even understand it.
I don't know. I'm just, listen.
Like, imagine him losing his shit. Like, I don't want to deal.
Like,
And
that's,
shit.
like that's not. No, I can just imagine. Like they're like saying, "Hey Jim, listen, how do you want the? We can work it out however you want.
However you want,
We'll make
whatever
the
you
deal
want."
work for you." And he just slaps everything off the table. I don't want a new Call of Duty deal. I just want to block your merger. I want to block it. I want to block it. Just let me block it, yo. Come on. Oh, please, God. Like that. Like
This is crazy,
what is
yo.
wrong with this dude?
But listen, does it not make you like him a little bit more?
No.
Yo, he crazy,
He's
yo.
just
He
crazy.
crazy.
I don't like crazy people.
I'm freaking
just entertained
loving
with them.
I am loving it. Jim
He's like
Ryan
those villains in like
flat
a
out
movie or show
said-
that you just like watching terrorize people because they're interesting.
Listen, Jim Ryan flat out said, I just want to block the merger. Like, he don't give a crap anymore. He's just flat out saying what he gangster, yo. He's like, I don't even
it
care.
is gangster, but this is what I'm saying. What I see is desperation.
Oh, for sure.
This
but this is just
hardcore desperation
Yo.
because he knows that Xbox slayed them when they got Nintendo and Nvidia on
he's
board.
fucking pissed now.
They literally have no one. They are getting ready to suck so much junk over at the CMA to do it. But, oh man, I should have brought this up. Son of a man. Michael Pachter. It's probably in here. Where's, hold on. I could look. Destin, him. Destin Legary, our boy Destin. Those are good cookies, by the way. That's where we ordered from. Okay, where is it? I know he's gotta put it up because it's definitely before this. So let's go here, maybe. Michael Pachter. Okay. So all right, yeah, your guest talk here. I would have thought that he would have put it up. Okay. Well, I thought it was going to be broken out, but so Michael Pachter is like a game analyst. Like he follows the markets, right? And trends. He's been doing it forever, right? Like he looks like he's about 9,000 years old right now.
Agreed.
I remember watching him when he like almost looked like him. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like age-wise.
Okay.
So he's been doing it for a long time. But Michael Pachter, basically, look, it's going to hurt Sony badly.
Yeah, well,
So he believes
there's no backpedaling from this.
Yeah,
mess.
it's
There's
fucked.
just not.
He's like, hey guys, I was joking. He's gonna do like a Logan Paul apology video.
Yeah, I know. I'm just joking you, man.
Let's hug it out.
So Michael Pachter kind of breaks it down, and he pretty much thinks like this is going to go through in the U.S. and it's going to go through in the European Union. That CMA is the only people who might just be being a pain in the ass.
Hesitant, yeah.
But then when they were talking about it, it was like, dude, CMA is in charge of the UK, right? It's a little island that is like nestled in the little corner of the European area, right? Little island. He is saying that if the CMA blocks this deal,
Okay.
because the other places are going to approve it, Microsoft is obviously going to do it. They're not going to say,
Obviously, yeah.
screw my $69 billion for you, especially since their market is so small in the UK, right? Like their market is tiny compared to PlayStation. So what he said is in the UK, Microsoft can make a PLC, which is a public liability company.
Okay.
And what that is they can make Activision in the UK just be by itself, even though they own it. So they're like the parent company, but they would make it where Activision basically just
Branch
runs
it out.
itself
Yeah.
in the UK only. And then everywhere else just do the same shit. Which, I mean, at the end of the day,
Listen, there are ways around for everything. I just don't see this not happening. But what is going down is just crazy. Everything's just coming out, and the freaking behavior was worse than we thought.
Yeah.
Like we were just out here knowing what we knew and thinking that was crazy, and like, oh my gosh, they don't do stuff like this, you know? But
Mhm.
like, it was even worse than we could have even imagined.
Yeah, I never thought it would have gotten like
This bad. Yeah. But you know, like he just flat out said what he wanted to do. So you can't be mad at the dude for saying what he wants, you know? And what he wants is just I don't think he's gonna get what he wants.
He's not.
And in
He's
the
not.
process, he's burned every bridge he could possibly
Yeah, dude. Like I
burn.
gotta imagine that
and some.
they will be giving them the worst possible deal.
Even
Ever.
if Microsoft said do not mess with their game, I just don't see that
Mhm.
potentially somebody bitter in there that gets their hands on the actual game might just tweak some things and be like, well, we don't know what happened, you know?
Yeah. Well, dude, it's happening right now where PlayStation games run better. I mean, not PlayStation games. The games are running better on PlayStation than Xbox.
It's
Xbox,
just-
the more powerful system,
Understand that
is having a harder
it
time.
was
Come on, man.
just too specific to brush off. Like, why is he concerned with this happening? And why would that even come to mind unless you're
'Cause he knows
aware
what
of
they
it
do.
happening before?
Because he knows what they
Exactly.
do.
There's no getting out of this. And I can't even imagine how much stuff is gonna come out when the receipts are back in
Yep.
from all the way from 2019.
Seriously.
Mm-hmm.
It's stupid.
It's gonna be crazy. Somebody gave this guy a freaking shovel and they were like, yo, go at it. Somebody needs to.
Listen, Jim Ryan did a lot for PlayStation.
Yes.
Okay, like a lot. Like they were not as big as they are because of him.
He's like the Phil Spencer.
Yeah, well, yeah, but like the asshole version,
Yeah.
the business focus only version.
Yeah.
Right. He doesn't even play video games. Like he doesn't even know how to hold a controller.
Seriously?
Like, yeah, they sent the picture. He had it upside down in his house.
No way.
Yeah. The PlayStation, he had to delete it because he had the PlayStation upside down.
That's hilarious.
He thought that's the way you're supposed to put it.
Okay.
Like that's how stupid he is. Right. But he's a good businessman, right? I mean, obviously, this whole thing, if he is going up against a giant, right? If he was going up against somebody lesser, he would have won.
Oh, for sure.
But Microsoft, you don't become a $3 trillion or $2 trillion company because you're just figuring shit out.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
I don't think he thought that there was going to be that much backup.
He didn't think Microsoft was willing to do what was necessary to do that.
Yeah,
He thought he was the most important girl in the party.
Yeah,
You know what
he
I'm
was
saying?
calling the bluff, and the bluff was real.
Yeah. The
It
bluff
was
got
not
fucking
bluff.
called out because it was real. Okay. They are doing what it takes to make it happen.
Freaking Microsoft put on their Tims, right?
Yep.
And they came to play.
They
They were
did.
like, yo, let's go.
They made it gangster.
Yeah.
They were like, I'm taking her and her. Fuck you.
Yep. This is crazy.
Like, they're literally just swapping, right? So, like, the government can't be like, oh, so many of our customers are going to be sad because they have PlayStations. Well, what about all your Nintendo customers that didn't have Call of Duty? Guess what? Now they're going to have it. And guess what? PlayStation probably won't have it because they being bitches. Dude, what are you going to say? What are you going to say to Microsoft when this goes through, right? And they're like, PlayStation didn't take a deal and we got approved. They don't want our deal.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
I mean,
I'm not going to make it better than it has to be.
Best case scenario, he keeps fighting and they don't give them PlayStation a deal. And then they're pretty much at their mercy. And this is what it's coming down to.
Yep.
I don't know, man. This is insane. I feel, I've said it before, Xbox have been a freaking pushover through the years. And I'm just freaking happy to see them
me too.
Grow some cojones
They
and come out
definitely been
here
growing some cojones.
and not back down.
Agreed.
This
is
dope.
a much better situation for sure. But yeah, listen, I'm intrigued. A lot of this stuff is going to be coming to a head in the next few months.
Oh yeah.
So, we'll see how it goes. I think we're going to start seeing some sad Sony friends.
That's the problem. This only affects the consumer. This whole mess that's happening, if they don't put out the game on PlayStation, if they don't make the game equal, like, this is all just going to affect the consumer. And that's what's sad about it. All this mess that's happening, it's crazy.
Well, this is the reality. Xbox can't force a game on PlayStation.
No,
they can't just say, I'm releasing a game on PlayStation no matter what. So PlayStation has to play ball. So if they don't take a deal, then they won't get Call of Duty. They have to take a deal. A deal has to happen.
Listen, at this point, you can't blame Activision. You can't blame Microsoft.
Let me ask you a question.
Any of this.
Seriously.
Meaning the PlayStation fans can't say, look, they're not giving us Call of Duty.
Yeah, of course.
Like, you have to be a fan and still be able to acknowledge the fact that they're just...
So let's call it what it is, right? What Xbox just did is told Sony, we don't need you. Understand this. They have Nintendo and Nvidia.
This is crazy.
They are putting Call of Duty on Switch and Nvidia GeForce Now. They are putting their game on more new players' hands.
Yeah, more platforms than before.
Sony's.
This is the situation in the bottom line. Xbox came to freaking play. They were ready for everything. They were like, okay, so what happens if Jim Ryan flips out? They know this guy, right? They know this guy. They knew
they're doing 4D chess, baby.
They knew what was coming. They knew every move possible, and they covered their bases for all of it. They were like, okay, so if we can't get Call of Duty anymore on PlayStation because of the back and forth or whatever happened, what are we doing next? And that's where that other deals came in.
It's
they
a switch.
Were prepared
it's
for
hand
everything.
In hand. The $69 billion that they were willing to pay were for the sales that came from Xbox and PlayStation. Now you're going to take PlayStation out of the equation if they don't play ball. And what'd you do? You put the next biggest fucking player in the game, Nintendo. And realistically speaking, the biggest player. Biggest player. Is it going to be harder?
Brush over Nintendo, but they're like, while they're arguing, they're busy selling like 100 million units a day.
Seriously.
Yeah, like Nintendo is killing it, right? And guess what Xbox is helping Nintendo do?
Expand
their horizon.
They don't even gotta do it, yo. They don't even gotta do it.
They are making Nintendo. Yo, so many people are like, man, I want to buy a Switch, but I need my Call of Duty.
Yeah.
What? Call of Duty's on Switch?
Problem solved.
Problem solved. Xbox don't give a shit where they playing it.
Talk about a boss, though. Like, Nintendo's just like, yeah, go ahead, handle that for me.
Yeah. Like, sounds good.
That's freaking crazy.
Sounds good. And I did
That's the
clarify
thing.
because a lot of people were like, "Oh, he said Nintendo, not the Switches." He does. They showed the actual recording when the Xbox guy was in Brussels, and when he said we have that deal with Nintendo to bring Call of Duty,
Yeah.
he said to their Switch devices.
No, the Nintendo platforms.
No.
not the Nintendo-
I'm telling you, I listened to the actual video
Okay.
of him speaking at Brussels. And he said to Nintendo and their Switch devices.
Yeah.
So he is talking about the old Switch is going to play it,
Yep.
whether through cloud or not, and the new Switch,
like OLED.
whatever new Switch is going to be, is going to play it. So, dude, this is like Nintendo had to prove their system out, right?
But that's the thing.
They
You
had
heard
to
what
make
he
sure
said.
that the Switch
There's
was going to be viable.
devices.
Yeah. So they needed to, when they made the Switch, they needed to make sure that that people were going to want this shit, right?
Yeah.
Like you can't go crazy, be super expensive on a Switch, and then everybody's like, no, we're not going to buy it, right?
Yeah.
But now everybody loves the Switch. Now you can come out with two versions if you want. One that's more powerful and one that's less powerful, like the Xbox.
Yep.
Two-prong approach. Both of them are Switches, but one's more powerful, one's a little less powerful, right? One's more expensive, one's less expensive, right? And they can make, if you think about it, if they can make Call of Duty run on a Xbox Series S, then they can do the next Switch for sure. The next Switch is going to have to be at least as powerful as the Series S, if not more. So they already know that this is going to be good to go. I'm so pumped. I'm so pumped to see how this comes out.
It's gonna be something, to say the least.
Absolutely. So as far as this controversy is concerned, the story will continue
Another day.
another day. All right, man. What is next, my friend?
Well, Resident Evil 4 2023.
Oh,
changed-
wait.
What
We
happened?
completely forgot just a little add-on. One of the things that they said. And we're just gonna say it and keep it moving. But one of the things that Sony was saying as part of that same report that
Yeah.
Lulu ended up blowing up was that their offer that Call of Duty that Xbox gave Sony
Yes.
will irreparably harm competition.
What?
Irreparably harm. Like it would screw it and you couldn't fix it if their deal went through.
Okay.
And they started bullshitting about so many things over here. It's not even worth going deep because we already kind of talked most about it. But yeah, it's wild. All right, continue, man. Resident Evil 4.
So the upcoming remake of Resident Evil 4 has got a new demo on the horizon. Chainsaw demo, will ya? Well, so it was shadow dropped on digital storefronts, specifically Xbox Live, PSN, and Steam, by Capcom on March 9, 2023. The demo will allow players to play through the entire iconic opening sequence of Leon S. Kennedy fighting off hordes of villagers in a creepy village that will haunt both him and the player behind the controller. What do you guys have to say about this?
Well, I mean, this is the thing. I love the idea of Resident Evil 4.
The idea, listen to what he's saying.
Yeah, I love the idea of it. I am really excited for this game. It's the one that got away back in the GameCube days when I didn't have a GameCube. We just did a playthrough, which is not up yet, of Metroid
Yes.
Prime,
At least at
the
time
remake
of,
on the
recording.
Switch. And that was also one of
Oh
the
my
games that
gosh.
was on GameCube that I didn't get to play when it
Metroid
first came
Prime
out.
is truly a masterclass. I
And-
cannot wait to play for myself.
And
It's
that-
amazing, Madman. You're gonna
It's
love
so
it.
good.
I cannot
So
wait.
this is the same like
Situation for you, yeah.
Metroid Prime and Resident Evil 4 were two of the games that I was obsessed with that I didn't get a chance to play back in the day. I ended up playing them both way later in life when we bought, a GameCube at Game
it felt like a
Exchange. And
pre-owned.
then, did
A retro phase.
yeah, and we started buying some of these systems, and it was cool to play, but I couldn't I didn't get deep into them,
Yeah.
The Resident Evil 4 I played a bunch of times, always just starting in the town, and once I got to the chainsaw dude, I didn't really go any further. And same thing with Metroid Prime, right? I only played a certain part of it and always got to the same thing. So,
Yeah, I mean, now that Switch
I'm
is
excited.
portable, you've got no excuse, buddy.
Yeah,
So-
no. I definitely wanna play that for sure. But
There's some people are there's a rumor that because there are 3 Metroid, some people think that Metroid Prime 2 will come out next year and the third one will come out the year after. Like it'll be a yearly thing.
I
The
mean, that's
remasters of
possible.
Prime.
They do that with. I mean, if they're smart and they see how successful Resident Evil has been with the Resident Evil 2 remake, the 3 remake, now 4. I mean, at this point, it's like just freaking
Well, here's the
copy
thing.
them.
Remake 2 was massively critically successful and even got Game of the Year nomination. Resident Evil 3, people didn't like it much. Didn't even get nominated for anything at the Game of the Year awards, I'm pretty sure. So, they have to be careful with it. Try to be just as innovative, if not more, with the second remaster.
Well, I mean, listen, I didn't play 1, 2, or 3. So, I played part 2 of the remake for Resident Evil, beat that, love that. I played part 3 of the remake, beat that, love that. I really wish they would make part 1.
Yeah.
It did get a remake already.
No,
Let's not
come
be
on, man.
greedy.
You know better than that. You know we're not talking about the same thing. I want them to remake.
Oh, not a
part
remake,
1.
an RE-make.
Yeah, I want them to do what they did with part 2 and part 3, which they have not done with part 1.
That would be creepy.
And that's what I want. I
3,
think that'll
4,
be dope.
1, 5. Will they remake 5 or will they stop at 4?
I don't know if 5 is considered part of their legacy games. I think part 4 was that. Part 5 came out on the 360, did it not?
5 and 6 were 360
Yeah,
and
so
PS3 games. I don't know.
I think it's
weird.
already
Because
those
5,
are newer.
I mean, people thought it was okay. 6 was the one that people were like, that was pure garbage. Which,
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah, I don't think they're
god-awfully
gonna just
simple.
do all their games as they keep going. Like, all right, we're remaking Resident Evil 7 now. Like, no,
Yeah.
I don't think that's what's gonna happen. I think 4 is the last one.
I think 4, then Code Veronica, because that's a popular one.
Okay, yeah, that's another game that came out in that time. But that's what I mean. I think that time, everything before the 360, I think is on
The
is a
legacy
possible
list,
table to be remade. Same thing with GameCube games. I think GameCube games are
Legacy now.
legacy games that you could remake. Actually not for Nintendo though, because I think if a game came out on the Wii, you could remake that.
I mean,
Agree.
true. So, I mean, Wii games, remember, the Wii is not like the Xbox 360 where it was a big step up from the original Xbox 360. The Wii is actually just a slightly more powerful GameCube. So the game's still kind of like as shitty as they did before.
That's exactly it. That's what I'm saying. Like I think that if it's a Wii game, they could still remake that,
Like Super Mario
put good
Galaxy
graphics on it.
on like just a simple
That'd be
port
crazy.
on 3D All Stars looks beautiful. Imagine they remade Galaxy 1 and 2, combine them into one massive game. That would be incredible.
That is a stunning game. And yeah, if they remade that, that would be
In
pretty
the
dope.
Odyssey engine, shit, that
Yeah.
would be something.
Nintendo has a fucking gold mine of remakes that they can do.
Yes.
Bro, if they wanted to, they could just make their entire next 5 years or so just remakes. Of
Dude,
classic games.
imagine going back and saying, all right, let's make Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time remade.
In Breath of the Wild graphics.
Well,
Shit.
even a better than Breath of the Wild graphics because we're already past Breath of the Wild. Like, that would kill. People would lose their
Yeah, they would.
minds
Yeah.
if they could play Ocarina of Time.
but new again.
What new? Insane, bro.
The
Insane.
thing
Jeez,
about
that's wild.
Nintendo's games, they're like,
Well, they have so much history that they can take from, bro.
there's like, it's such, they're all like
So many
classics.
franchises. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, they make bangers, bro.
Yeah, it's insane.
They make bangers. And look what they're doing with Metroid Prime. That shit
like,
feels
that's a
so good.
remaster. Like, not a remake, a remaster.
Dude,
Imagine
but like,
they went full
you
throttle
play
and
it,
made
you
a
feel like
full-on
it's a
remake
brand new game with just like those old school elements that we all love so much. You know,
I want them to bring Wii Sports to Switch. Not stupid as Switch Sports. Wii Sports.
Yeah, but that's stupid. Why would they do that? The only thing that's good about Wii Sports is playing it with the motion controls. You're not going to
You
play
might play on
that.
an Xbox remote. Like,
Yeah,
this
I
is
mean,
Wii
technically
Sports.
the Switch has them. Technically the Switch can do the motion,
yeah,
but
you
I don't
just
think
attach.
anybody's doing that. Like, I don't think anything has popped off at all on the Switch that was use your motion controls like that 1-2 switch. They thought that was going to be popular.
No.
It died immediately. So
Yes, but it lost like what it had, and I agree with Madman that the Wii one was like, I don't know. There's
It's not
something.
talking out my ass in a way that's like just, oh, it's just nostalgia. If you look at how many games there are, Resort especially,
Dude, I played
there's
it
so
forever.
much content. The music, the Mii's, yeah, they were simple, but they had charm to it.
That's the
Switch
thing. I
sports,
feel
if you
like
look at
they
Switch
lost the
sports-
charm of the Mii's.
Like if you look at Switch sports, they look like generic corporate-friendly avatars that you'd probably see on the Xbox 360 or something.
Yeah.
But the problem is that you're using nostalgia to fill in the gaps now because people are
there's
not.
also quality because remember, Switch Sports released with 6 games, and that's like Wii Sports had 6 games. Resort had 24 if you include side modes, stuff like that. Resort on the Wii had much more content than Switch, and you have to wait for a fall update for golf.
Okay, man, there
Golf.
could be 400 games in a Switch version, and it will do
I don't know, a
dog
better
shit.
number. Maybe 30.
It would do dog shit because no one is looking to do motion control gaming right now.
No, I agree with Madman
that's
about.
the reality.
I don't know.
of it.
It's something. I guess you're right.
Do me a favor. Show me something that is doing that. Nothing.
Motion controls? Hey, you didn't let me finish.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Right? Nothing is out there doing it. No one's trying. No one will. The Switch does not need a remake of Wii Sports.
I just want a port. I think it's just do like they're doing legacy titles right now. N64, Game Boy. I think GameCube could be on the horizon. But the problem is that I think that, but then I'm like, they could do what they do in Metroid Prime. Like they're new enough that they still feel like whole games. Like N64 games are still in that weird peach fuzz phase where it's like you're kind of getting into real game territory, but you're also still in that old school territory. GameCube games can they feel like complete experiences. Just make them look nice, and you can sell a $60 game right there. So I think GameCube, we're gonna have to wait until maybe the next generation to have GameCube games in that kind of treatment, the old school legacy treatment.
Well, this is what I'll say. They have plenty to choose from. So we'll see what
Like, it's
else they
sickening how much
decide
they
to do. I think, didn't they just do Metroid Fusion?
It's on the Game Boy Advance thing, you know.
Oh, okay.
I want to check that one out because it's supposedly one of the most underrated 2D Metroids. It's supposedly one of the best out there. It just didn't get as much heat because it was on the Game Boy Advance. But, you know, still.
The other thing that's out now is VR. PlayStation VR 2.
Yeah, that's
which
true.
they're doing a Resident Evil 4 mode for it,
Yeah,
just like the other Resident Evil. But just like I talked about, bro. Who's talking about it?
No one.
Who's talking about it? Who's talking about the bangers on the PlayStation VR 2? Nobody. And that, unfortunately, is the reality. Nobody wants the extra crap. Nobody wants the... Listen, I have a PlayStation VR 2, and I play Gran Turismo on it, and I love it. And that is dope. And I want to play more things on it, and I'm sure they'll be equally awesome. But the vast majority of people do not want to. They do not want to do the motion. They don't want to do any of it.
When VR came out because while there are impressive showcases like Astrobot or Half-Life Alyx, most of the games feel like funny tech demos that you'd see at like a museum or something rather than an actual video game.
Even the bigger things that are out are still not holding up. It's just even though they're big, like you got the Horizon Call of the Mountain, like sure it's a good game, but people don't care. And that's just what it is.
Like it's not Horizon 3 only on VR.
Yeah, I think PlayStation started making PSVR 2 right after they made PSVR 1, once they saw that a decent amount of people bought it and they were already too far in that they had to do it. My guess is that there might not be another PlayStation VR after this one.
Like here's why these things fail. Because PlayStation, like whenever they do like a cycle, like a portable console or a VR console, all of their next games in their franchise, like God of War, stuff like that, they're just silly spin-offs that have no contribution to the main plot. If you notice, Nintendo, like they might release a big game on a new console and then release its sequel on a smaller console. Like Luigi's Mansion was released on the GameCube, then Part 2 was released on the 3DS, then on the Switch, Part 3, and they do like the Legend of Zelda and stuff like that. Like they had Link's Awakening on the Game Boy after the first one on NES. And Metroid 1 was on NES. Metroid 2 was on Game Boy. Metroid 4, or Fusion, was on the Game Boy Advanced. Nintendo just puts it wherever they think feels right, you know?
Well, I mean, that's... we'll see what comes from it, but it is what it is. We'll see. Resident Evil 4 is going to be really good. Can't wait for it to come out. I mean... I'm lying because I don't think I probably won't buy it day one, but I will eventually buy it. Or I'll buy it day one. I'm not sure.
There you go.
Classic C money.
All right. What's next, man? We're gonna start wrapping it up. What's next?
All right, so the original Naruto TV series is set to get 4 brand new episodes in September of 2023, nearly 20 years since its original premiere.
That's
wild.
pretty
Episodes
awesome.
will continue
wild.
strictly the original Naruto series, not Boruto, in honor of the anime's 20th anniversary.
20 years, man. That's no joke. So they're getting new episodes, but Boruto is dying, right?
Well, that's part 2 of it, because after 6 pitiful years, Boruto and Naruto Next Generations will go on a lengthy hiatus, likely in response to the show's harsh criticism, even from fans of the Naruto franchise in general. So basically, March 26th, it's done. Part 2 apparently has been confirmed, but yeah, it's going to be a while apparently. So basically, put in perspective, it's basically Naruto was a huge success. Whether you like it or not, a ginormous success. So they made Boruto, starring Naruto's son, and it's going to be the next chapter. And due to like the weak story, like inconsistent animation, the whole show's been criticized since the day it came out. And basically, it's still been going on somehow for 6 years, and then they're finally putting a bullet to its head temporarily. So yeah, this is interesting, all right? You know, I don't know even why they're trying with this, but yeah, this is, I don't know. This is something else. What do you guys have to say about this?
I think it's really cool. I love seeing like when shows last this long and like still have like a fan base, you know?
Well, this show is
that's
done.
kept
It's
it
not-
going.
Naruto's over.
Boruto is
How
going.
long?
They switched it.
Yes,
They
but
started
how
a new
long?
show 6
I
years
thought
ago.
it was still running.
No, this is just the 20th year anniversary since it started, but it's not been going on since then.
So how long did it last?
So it the original show was like ending in like 2005 or 6, and it had 220 episodes. That's it.
Okay.
And then Shippuden, the sequel series, came out with like 700 episodes and
Oh,
went
wow.
from
It's right here.
So that's
went
why
from
they're
when I was
re-releasing
born,
the
2007
games.
to 2017.
So look, it's 2002 to 2007 was Naruto.
Okay.
And then they did Naruto Shippuden, which was 2007 to 2017.
Dang.
So
10
that
years.
lasted longer.
Yeah,
that's-
10 years on that one, 5 years on the
Jeez.
first one, 10 years on the second one.
That's really
And then
cool.
that was it. So since 2017, they haven't done anything. So it's been 6 years. And then that's
And
when
I
they
thought-
started that
so-
other show,
Boruto.
Boruto, which nobody likes.
And I thought
Everyone hates
it
it.
was still going because they make so much stuff
They
for
make
this
toys,
show.
they make comics, like,
They-
it's so
He's
much
in,
is still
isn't
done.
Naruto in Fortnite?
What is it? Yeah, Naruto was the first anime character to be in Fortnite.
that's so
Yeah.
cool.
It beat Dragon Ball, which that's surprising on its own. Naruto
So-
is like the second biggest anime or manga in the world. It's insanely popular.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I don't know. That's cool. I thought it's cool that they got new episodes coming to celebrate the
Yeah.
20th year, and kind of the people who did watch the whole thing must be losing their minds to find out they're
seriously.
getting 4
That's
more.
wild. Like, I don't know. I'm no big Naruto fan or anything, but when the 20th anniversary first rolled around, in commemoration, the studio that made Naruto remade a bunch of select scenes, like biggest moments, and made it with gorgeous new animation. Big budget, almost movie quality animation. And some of the stuff they did is absolutely ridiculous. So whatever they do is probably going to look beautiful.
Yeah.
So,
That's look, that's really cool. So definitely cool for the people who are going to be watching this. Cool for Naruto still being relevant. You know, in 2023
and
after
who
20
knows?
years.
This may be their
Maybe it
way of
kicks it
trying
off.
to bring it back.
Maybe they kill
because-
off Boruto, kill him,
Naruto.
dead,
Kill off
right?
Naruto and
And
bring
then
back
isn't
Naruto.
that Naruto's son?
Is Naruto's son? He's still alive. but
Okay,
he's
so
much-
that's the best thing ever, right? Kill Boruto, and then that will enrage Naruto and turn him into a villain in the next.
he starts his
season.
villain
The next
arc.
series.
God
Yeah.
damn.
I think that works. People will love it. All right.
All right.
Last but not least, maybe least, but definitely last.
All right. So, the boss of Square Enix has recently expressed his disappointment in the lackluster sales for their new video game, Forspoken. While complaints about poor sales are definitely not unheard of from Square, Forspoken was a critical flop as far as things go when it comes to public knowledge. And despite no concrete numbers being revealed, it's safe to assume that the bad word of mouth might make this report a legit one. What do you guys have to say about this?
Well, it's true. So he actually said it, like the reviews of Forspoken, which we released on January 24th, 2023, have been challenging. People don't like it. People don't like it. And the crazy thing is they'll try to spin it like it was, they made too big of a game, or people don't want a woman lead or anything like that. But the reality is,
and that's
they
stupid
made
because
a
look at
game
Last
that
of Us,
wasn't
which has
that
Ellie
good.
and stuff like that. Or
Yeah, of course.
The Horizon, which has Aloy. Like, you can't use that. Oh, they're sexist pieces of shit. They don't want our game. Like, maybe just made a shitty game. How about that?
Yeah, well, that's what it was. They didn't make a great game. People like the combat, people like the parkour. They hated the dialogue, they hated the story, they hated everything else. So that's what it was. And this is the thing. It's sad because people use this to say like, oh, we can't make big new IP that nobody heard of because nobody's gonna play it.
So then you're gonna rely on
it
the
was
same
bad
franchises,
reviews
which
that
that's
made
depressing.
nobody play your game.
Yeah.
It's not that it was a new IP. It was that it was
A bad
shitty. Yeah, a bad IP. I mean, that's the reality. It was a stupid idea to make the game. They should have just got rid of the fact that she was from New York and they transferred her into this mystical place and all this shit's happening, and just let her be in this mystical place and drop the New York accent. You know what I'm saying? Like, just make it a normal freaking game and it might have been done better. But I didn't play it, and honestly, unless they put it in PlayStation Plus,
You wouldn't even touch it.
I'm not going to touch it. It's not in PlayStation Plus, but if they do, I might download it to see what happened. But I'm not going to spend any money on this.
See, that's the thing. Companies like this that want to go ahead and put the blame on the consumer, it's just get a mirror, dude, and start figuring out what you did wrong and why people are not buying your game.
Like they do this often, right? They did this for Avengers. They did this for Tomb Raiders. They did the Square Enix is horrible.
Time to look and see if you're just not good enough.
Yeah,
Look
they
in the
have to
mirror
stop-
and say, am I more than just Final Fantasy?
It's apparently the answer is no. But
Listen, you know that SpongeBob episode when Patrick makes him look in the mirror?
I'm ugly and I'm proud. I'm ugly and I'm proud.
We'll go on
You
the
guys
roof and
need
say
that
that, like,
moment.
honestly.
Go
Yeah.
ahead and do that.
So check this out. The company that made the game, Luminous Productions, right? They do technology for Square Enix. So a lot of the Final Fantasy games, they were running on their engine. So the graphics supposedly are really good in this game. But at the same time, they're also really shitty. Like, people show both extremes. So
Yeah.
but as a technology company, they were pretty good. They pretty much were the foundation for a lot of Square Enix games. But this is such a bad situation that Square Enix is absorbing them back into the company. So instead of letting them be alone and do their own thing, they're absorbing them back.
Reel it in.
So
I
it's
mean,
like-
they let it go for too long.
Well, yeah, basically what they're saying, this is the reality of what they're saying. Luminous Productions, you guys are not making games anymore. You will help us make our games and make our games better graphically and technology-wise, but you're not going to make diddly squat anymore because you guys
You can't be
suck.
trusted.
And the fact is that Square Enix got rid of their only good developers outside of Final Fantasy 14
Crystal Cut
developers.
Dynamics.
You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's it. And then the people who are making Final Fantasy 16 right now are the same people who made Final Fantasy 14 or the same director. So that's the only thing they got popping. And Final Fantasy 14 is one of those service games
Yeah.
that's
Weird. It's like-
online.
They're still going strong, but you just never
Oh my god,
hear
people
about
are
it.
obsessed. There's this lady on Twitter who that's like her game. Every
Yeah.
morning she plays it. Like every single morning she'll post on Twitter,
That's kinda
another good
creepy.
day in the world. And
That's so
she'll
cute.
post a picture of like her people. The graphics are beautiful. Like I think they put she mods it to make the graphics even better, but stunning. But I would never ever even contemplate going into that world. And
Yeah.
like it's crazy. Like right now you could download that game for free and play like 100 hours for free.
That's
because
crazy.
they're so far ahead in the
Yeah.
story. They let you play the old shit. But there's so much old shit. And that game came out and it was horrible. People hated it. And they just kept working on it and they just redid it. Like they fixed it and people love it now. But that's the only thing they have going for them. If it wasn't for them, Square Enix would be gone. People are saying that Sony might buy them.
Well,
Oh, you know
I
what we
don't
didn't talk
think-
about?
I don't think they
What?
want to go work for Jim Ryan.
Real quick, now that this is the end and it's over, Sony did a report came out that Sony the company has $5 billion to invest into games or any of their other side things.
Okay.
Dang.
So people are saying that they're going to try to buy a big company for $5 billion or whatever. It's like, bro, you got Destiny for 3.
Listen.
Like, you got Bungie
Yeah.
for 3, bro.
Then you got Play Like a Fiddle because that game is
People literally thought
doing well.
that Sony might buy Take-Two.
Yeah, that's
Which,
funny.
to give you some context, who's
That's
Take-Two?
Borderlands.
The people who own Grand Theft Auto. The people who own Rockstar.
Huh?
Oh.
No,
Take-Two?
it's impossible. They have
Yeah.
$5 billion. Take-Two is worth $20 billion.
Yeah.
And that's what they're worth. In order to buy them, you got to pay 40 or 50
Maybe they
billion
can make
dollars.
payments.
I think that's what they'll do.
Yeah, like, you know.
No, Jim Ryan's gonna take out a personal loan.
Yeah.
Like, I got this,
I got
guys.
this.
I got this.
Maybe they can do that. Listen, right now, I think Jim Ryan needs to take a step back from making any type of decisions. I think we need a break.
I think so.
He needs to wait till this whole thing like dies out with Activision and Xbox, and let that simmer for a minute, and let's see what consequences are coming from it, and then you can start making some moves, and you might need that $5 billion to kind of like, I don't know, repair some damage.
I don't know who in the world is gonna want you to buy them after all this
But
nonsense.
that's the thing. Like, they need to just wait and see what kind of consequences they're going to be dealing with before they start spending their money. Keep that change.
Seriously.
All right.
They might have to pay Microsoft $5 billion just to have Call of
to
Duty.
get Call of Duty, right?
Holy shit.
Yeah, save your money right now. We gotta figure out what you did, Jim. He blacked out. He's gonna come out here like Kanye and be like, "Listen, I was off my meds for a little bit."
I
Or
was
they're
don't
going to
know.
fire Jim Ryan and be like,
Yeah.
we're so sorry, Microsoft and Activision. Please let us
Yeah.
have Call of Duty. It was Jim's fault.
It was
Somebody
he
gave him the
went
mic.
rogue.
He went
He was
rogue.
on his own.
He was threatening
We-
to kill our families. We
we didn't know what to do.
we couldn't do anything about
We
it.
just
to
gave
point
him
and
the
be like,
mic.
that wasn't me. That was someone else you just saw.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you should
a
save your
Spy
money,
Family
guys.
situation. Lloyd came in and, he wore the suit.
Yeah.
We
he
thought
put
it was
on
Jim
put
Ryan,
on
but
a
it
mask.
wasn't.
You didn't know.
Yep.
Yeah, so that is the clown foolery that
The tomfoolery.
we'll
No,
feel.
the Jim foolery.
We'll find
There
out
we go.
what dumb shit they do with $5 billion sometime in the future. And with that is the podcast. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
That was
a lot of.
entertaining.
It was entertaining. I feel like
There was a lot. That's for
Sony's
sure.
like the winner
Yeah, for sure.
of the podcast. They got the
Yeah.
most burn, and they're the most entertaining
For sure.
for sure. Yeah, give it up to Sony.
Listen,
Thanks, Sony.
I
Classic
think
Sony.
that we're gonna need that reality show with Jim Ryan. I think that's how they're gonna make their money back
I believe that's how they
From-
make their money
yeah.
back for sure.
from Activision and Call of Duty. Whatever they're losing over there, they're gonna make it back on reality
Easy.
TV.
Easy.
Yeah.
And they're going to make their own streaming network to push it. Yeah. For sure. I think so.
that
Well, that was fun.
was
It
awesome.
was fun to
This
say
was
the least.
another week, another Man podcast. It was good.
For sure. Number 35, guys. If you haven't hit that button,
35.
subscribe.
Yes, hit that like and subscribe button.
Don't be afraid. Subscribe. Hit that like button. This is a Crazy Madman podcast,
Look at
and
these
we're just
clowns.
as crazy as the podcast itself. What?
Sorry, I'm just looking at PlayStation Beyond podcast. This is just like a circus show
So
of
what?
people here.
Yeah. What are they trying to do? Defend the situation? There's no defending this mess.
PlayStation Beyond. They have a thing already. This guy here, Akeem Lawanson,
Mm-hmm.
he's a hardcore PlayStation fan, and he's on PlayStation Beyond now apparently.
Yeah.
But before he was on PlayStation Beyond, he did like the Daily Show or whatever for them for
Yeah.
IGN, and like wearing a PlayStation chain and shit, but then like talking shit about Xbox like live, and people
Mhm.
are like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
That's
You
kind of
have him talking about Xbox,
when
but he's
yeah.
a PlayStation fanboy. But yeah, good times.
You
All
gotta
right.
keep it level. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
always keep it level. All right, man. Take us out of this world.
All right, so that was a spicy Madman podcast.
Woo.
Guys, if you like this, be sure to like and subscribe.
What?
What was that?
What words
Was
are you
that
just saying?
one word?
Like, shit, that's
Right.
guy. How about, I don't know, let's put some space between words.
Haha.
Yeah?
Well, yeah, that was a Madman podcast. that you all will remember. Guys,
Woo!
if you like this, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Mario Kart Madman, out.